Hey everyone, how's it going today? Lamora here, and welcome back to yet another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Now, we have finished the main game of A Realm Reborn, but we're moving on to the patches that had came out after patch 2.1, A Realm Awoken, all the way up to patch 2.55 I think it is. Real quick, as we know, I messed up my recordings on some of the last episodes of A Realm Reborn with my character Nia Lalel, so I had to create a third character in order to play through this part again. I also messed up the first episode of this new one, A Realm Awoken, so there's about 4 quests that I don't have recorded. I'm only going to be using this third character for that, then we'll be switching over to my real secondary character. I know that sounds confusing, but this character will be deleted after this episode. I won't be keeping her around, or you won't be seeing her anymore. I'll keep her around just in case any catastrophic failures happen again. Either way, just letting you know, this character will not be here at the end of this episode. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is the A Realm Awoken story quest. There are only 19 quests in here in one dungeon and one boss fight, or a trial as they're called. So without further ado, let's talk to Minfilia and see what she's got. The price of principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Striking, maiming, and fending, so none of those are good. I'll take the bronze pieces. Real quick before we do go on, all of these quests that we'll be doing for this part are level 50. This was the level cap of the game when it first came out, before any of the expansions. So we won't be able to do any of our job quests until we get to Heaven's Sword and get through the story of that. We won't be able to get as much XP. As you can tell, we're only getting 4,000 XP, and we're only getting 900 gil for these quests, because they expect people to be at the end game and have all the money that they need, or start leveling crafting jobs or their other jobs or things of that nature. So you'll see that we'll get a lot of bronze pieces, and then the quest experience and rewards for gil are very low. Anyways, I think I read this. The price of principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Nia, it pleases me to see you well. Do excuse me for interrupting, Nia. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Isports? Yeah, Ashgana Isports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the gods that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, milady. Bye, Tataru. See you later. Ever since we defeated Gaius von Balthasar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interest of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Beldason colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. I think my opinion's the only one that really matters, and I say don't do it. That's just not worth it. One thing I will mention, we are, for the moment until I deem necessary, going to be avoiding these. I know in the earlier episodes I said you always want to make sure you do these things and they're important and they unlock stuff. They still do unlock stuff, but what they unlock are the hard mode dungeons of a lot of the previous trials and dungeons that we went through. So they're just running the same gauntlet, but with harder enemies, new movesets, sometimes new enemies, and of course the bosses have new movesets as well. I won't be unlocking them because they're usually useless unless I'm trying to grind for them. Generally, I don't know, just me. I'm not going to do it yet. I might do it eventually. I'll show you when I do, just for leveling purposes, but obviously not on this character because I'll be deleting her fairly shortly. In any case, that's neither here nor there. Let's see what our friends all have to say. I'll start with our good old girl, Eorzea. Recall our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Limonsians sent word of the summoning of Titan. Then mayhaps you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Mirweb that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Limonsians to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect similar reply. Our many dalliances within the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. So I'll take that as a simple no. Thancred, my boy, it's good to see you on your feet again. Welcome back. What do you have to say? Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Nia. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. I'll save these two for last. I want to get Eorzea out of the way. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand while the other resteth over on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. I don't know where you stand on that. So I'm going to talk to Papalymo there. None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at a cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to the people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same places as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Yida would enjoy the bribes. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalymo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Well, the whole problem with this is the Captain America Civil War front. Sure, it may start off with good intentions, but we don't know who's behind it. What if the ones offering us the go-ahead or offering us to solve their problems are actually the bad guys? well, now we've aided in the uprising of evil and tyranny. If we act on our own, then that's on us, but we weren't bought and paid. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhaps it's time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Nia. Alphino, Nia, is aught amiss? Yes, you desired... No, I'm sorry, that yes was completely out of nowhere. You desire counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetherite? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community. Forged through years of concerted effort, Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built to start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. The price of principle is complete. I'll take those bronze pieces, though. So it seems as though Minfilia is wavering. She's not quite ready to move on, which is the name of our next quest. Moving on. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. I don't think any of these are technically better than the ones that I have right now. Yeah, because I have like 19 there, so... We'll just chill with that. Okay, cool. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Nia, pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino awaits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Okay? Whatever you need, Minfilia. A nice little tummy rub, a back massage, a thigh squeeze. I'll do it. Whatever you need, girl. You just tell me. Say the magic words and I'll be there for you. Alright, Alfino. She's not budging. What are we gonna do, my dude? Confound it. She knows what must be done and she still hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamen? Yeah, sure, I'll just call her Flamen. Flamen was her name, though you may know her better as a songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Garlean minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flamen's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reasons, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamen is alive and well. Alas, they have served to rekindle an irrational hope in Minfilia which now clouds her judgment. This talk of Ul'dah as her home, and of the insurmountable difficulties of moving to Mordona, it is no more than an expression of her unwillingness to let go, nonetheless in the word. But until the tales of Flamen's miraculous preservation have been categorically disproved, I fear she will remain lost to reason. That being the case, I propose we set about disproving them post-haste. Let us see how these fanciful claims stand up to investigation. One of the most recent of the latest crop of rumors comes to us by way of Father Iliad. Question him for me. I shall look into another alleged sighting and follow Anon. So we have to go to the church now. I always forget what they call it. But the best place was Camp Drybones, right? I believe that's where the church is. Camp Drybones. Okay, here we are. Camp Drybones. What's going on over there? Looks like someone was dancing, but I must have mistaken it. Ah, of course it's a downpour right here. That's cool. Nasty weather, but it's okay. It's a ever-evolving kind of game, so... if it was always sunny or always just nighttime, then it would get boring. You gotta have weather effects to make it interesting. Alright, Father. I'm coming in. You better tell me the things I need to know. I know we're pretty far into the episode. I should probably eat one boiled egg, because even though I'm getting a little bit of XP, any XP is better than none. Good evening to you, Nia. Alfino told me to expect you. How did he do that so fast? Now, you are doubtless eager to ask me certain questions, but before you do, I must stress that I myself did not see Flamen, though I very much wish I had. I merely hearkened unto the tale of a mourner who came to stay with us. He is still here if you wish to hear it for yourself. You will find him in the lich yard, I should think. Alright. Well, this is a he said, she said sort of story quest. No one really seems to know for sure. But I guess that's part of the mystery, right? Aye, I saw Flamen just as clearly as I see you now. And yes, I'm sure it was her, before you ask. I could never forget a woman like that. 'Twas nigh on 7 summers ago. I first set eyes on her, and I still remember it if it was yesterday. I'm happy to report that the years have only made her more beautiful. Where did I... Oh, Costa del Sol. She was giving lessons to Geg, our good old friend Geg, Geg's woman, and her voice, God's her voice, that soft tinkling of bells resonated in my very soul. I dare not say how her song touched me. Show me on the doll where it touched you, my friend. Alright, so Costa del Sol is our next destination. I do have that indeed. Let's go there. Okay, here we go, Costa del Sol. I need to talk to... who? No! Don't be like me, kids. Don't immediately teleport over to Costa del Sol and not realize that you need to report to Father Iliad. Do I believe the man's tale? Well, I believe that he believes it, though I do wonder. I doubt I would recognize someone I barely knew whom I hadn't seen in 7 years. But if there's even the slightest possibility that Flamen yet lives, do we not owe it to Menphilia to pursue it? Yeah, I'd say so. I'm going to actually take the casting ones because I don't know what I have equipped on my summoner right now. Because I'm still playing as the scholar, which I should switch over for. Because I didn't have enough money. Yep, there we go. I didn't have enough money to upgrade all of my gear, just my scholar one, since that was the more important one. Flowers for 1. Father Iliad wishes to say a few words before you depart for Costa del Sol. If this woman resembling Flamen was employed at Costa del Sol, then that is where you should go. I will inform Alfino of the latest developments. You need only concern yourself with the search. Master Gag should remember you from your past engagements, so I suggest you waste no time and approach him directly. Alright, let me get my Sherlock hat on since we're going on an adventure, a mystery if you will. I don't know why I walked all the way out here. Alright, so now I can port to Costa del Sol, finally. Okay, so now where are we going? Looks like Master Gag... Oh, Master Gag is the little Lalafell that was sitting here being fanned by everyone last time, right? Yeah, for some reason I thought it was this guy, but that's Weiskret. So Master Gag is down over here, still enjoying the sights and stuff. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? To Titan's bane, I mean Nia, what brings you to my humble resort? Flamen, you mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until very recently was the Sauntress of Ul'dah? Egads, woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. An exaggeration for dramatic effect. As to her current whereabouts, I recall she mentioned Wineport, but there's no need to pursue her, my friend. When she tires of her rough way of living, she will make straight for Costa del Sol and fling herself into my waiting arms, flushed and breathless. I flubbed up that paragraph because I might be a little dyslexic, or that I just have a stutter that is undiagnosed. I'm not quite sure, but it's something. Alright, I'm just gonna teleport. There's no point in going up to the ferry and then going over there and blah 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 blah. We have the Wineport unlocked. Actually, hold on one second. Let's just make sure I know the right place. It is the Wineport, right? Yeah, Wineport. For some reason, it's the Aleport that I was thinking I might have mistakenly gone to. I just had to be sure. I didn't want to ping pong. Okay, here we are, Wineport. We are talking to who? Someone in here, apparently. Oh, you. Well, if it isn't Nia, the saver of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premise, interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. Ugh. She's stinky. I don't wanna be finding someone who's tinky. That's what? Okay, I guess I need to talk to whoever's over here first before I consult that guy. Even though the dude literally told me to consult my blind friend. But we have to finish talking to each person before we can go on to the next part. Okay. You want to know if I've seen the Mikote lass by the name of Flamen? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. Well, keep it in your pants, dude. Keep it in your pants. I ain't going the Rogadan way. That ain't for me. Menphilia's my #1 squeeze. Only she and her tummy have my heart. I mean, your Stola can get it too. So could Yida. Yeah. Yeah. I see you have had my grand adventures. You have had many grand adventures since we last spoke. You must share them with me sometime. We record that. The girl from a little while ago. One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south to Raincatcher Gully and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Well, that seems like the most promising lead we've had yet. So if we actually take a look at our map, we have a faint red circle over there. That's where we need to go. So in order to get there, I believe the quickest way, if he was speaking true, was to just continue straight across this bridge, and then if we continue on, there will be a second bridge. There's a fate right next to it, but the good thing is it's not an area of effect fate, it's one that you actually have to activate yourself. So as long as no one does that per se, then we should be okay just to wander in, get our quest without anything harassing us. Man, funny, I've actually never been to this area. I mean, except for this quest, but I feel like there should be something done here. Anyways, doesn't really matter. Oh, hello. Goobboo. What are you doing here? Go away. Leave me alone. Alright, we'll finish him off real quick. Real nice and quick. I didn't mean to use that attack, but it's okay. And there he goes. Alright, Flamen. First off, hey Flamen, nice to meet you. I'm Nia. I am in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had aroused the Goobboo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and Flamen? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? Typical. Of all the many leads, yours obviously had to be the one which bore fruit. I don't know why I bother. The Songstress of Ul'dah, I presume. Minfilia, or should I say Ascilia, is looking for you. Ascilia? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You will be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenoskia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyways, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Then it's settled. To Wineport, Nia. I mean, can I give you guys a ride on my chocobo? Or however you guys get there so quickly, can you tell me the secret? Because if you ain't riding chocobo, why are you so damn fast? Why am I so slow? I want to go fast too, like Sonic. Please? Anyways, so let's turn this back in. I'm not quite sure how long this episode's going to be. I know which quest I need to finish this off at, but I can't tell you how long it's actually going to take for us to get there. So we'll just continue going as it is right now. I think there's one quest after we turn this one in, and then we'll be done with the episode, and we'll be caught up back onto our other character, our Nia Lalel, who is our secondary character, and thankfully so. It feels like forever since I've played as her, to be honest with you. Alright, let's turn in this quest. This This is not at all how I had envisioned it. Having been appraised of our situation, Lady Flamen has consented to plead our case to Menphelia regarding the proposed move to Mordona. However, she will only do so once her perfume is complete. Moreover, she insists that we aid her in obtaining the final ingredient. She will not be swayed, I assure you. I tried. Let's just get this over with, shall we? Alright, that's fine. Cooking sherry, huh? Interesting. Alright, Flamen, what do you have? All things in time. Flamen awaits your acceptance. Oh, she just knows we're gonna accept it? Alright. Believe me when I tell you that I am every bit as eager to return to Vesper Bay as you are. There is work to be done ere that, however, so... To be done ere that? I think that's before that. However, so listen well. I require pristine salamander oil to complete my perfume. Oil this pure can only be attained from the belly of a Gurungach, a notoriously elusive species of wavekin native to Bronze Lake. Elusive, I say, yet no less sensible to the allure of the right bait. In this instance, that would be a freshly slain mud pugils. Pugils? Three placed at the water's edge should be sufficient to tempt any Gurungach lurking nearby. They are aggressive when startled and will attack on sight, yet given the ease at which you disposed of that Gubu, I doubt they will trouble you unduly. Alright, so to Bronze Lake. Yeah, Camp Bronze Lake. This is where we did the Scholar mission, so we're quite used to this area. Oh no, Momo went away. Momo, no! And it's easy that, here we are. So we need to leave this small little encampment and travel off to the east. So if we just come down and around here, we should be good. Fortunately, we can't just use these regular salamanders. We have to use the special kind. Make it more difficult. For me. For them, they just get to sit and wait, twiddling their thumbs. I should go and do everything else in this game that it has to offer. Level every other job, just to make them wait and be like, okay, I guess we're standing here like the idiots. Anyways, here are the mud pugils. Let's summon Momo real quick, and then we'll go from here. Okay, I don't need to level sync, that's good. I just want to make sure they weren't going to do that to me. I started pressing the wrong button, so I just reapplied my dots here. Oh, this guy went down so easily, it's barely even worth doing our regular rotation, to be honest with you. Oh my god. That's 2 down. I mean, we are 20 levels above it, so it's to be expected, right? What the hell just saw me? How did that thing... Is it hostile? How did it get me? I didn't think my area of effect attacks were that long-reaching, but maybe they were. Who knows? Anyways, that was something. So we have all 3 that we need now. We're going to leave the area and go find... Actually, not leave the area. We're just going over to here so that we can place the mud pugils, carcasses, meat, or whatever it is, on the water's edge, as Flamen has requested. Unfortunately, looks like I'm going to have to fight these salamanders, though. Nah, maybe I won't. Maybe they won't be hostile. Yep, we're good. Awesome. Alright, interaction always seems to take longer when there's more elements, technically. So since there's 3 carcasses, it's going to take longer for us to place it. I hate it. It's a stupid mechanic. I wish they would just do the normal interaction period, but whatever. And now we wait. Wait and wait and wait and wait. We have to be careful of our area of effect attacks here because these guys are surrounding this area. If we start using area of effect attacks that Titan has, we'll start activating these guys as well. Which may not be bad, but I'd also just rather not do that. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my ultimate attack here. And if I get more XP, I get more XP, right? That's really all it comes down to. Alright, so let's finish these guys off as well. We'll just make sure that we do our regular rotational stuff instead of the... Oh wow, that one went down really fast. Instead of the custom one. We'll just make it work to our advantage here. Okay, easy peasy. So now I guess we just return to Wineport? Yep. Easy as that. Okay. Alright. Oh, there she is. I almost got turned around. Almost started walking away from her. Understand, it is the utmost importance that I finish this perfume before I accompany you to Vesper Bay. Please bring me the oil as soon as possible. Yeah, I got you. Right here. Can't you smell it? Once again, I am in your debt. I distilled the flower's oils in your absence, so all that remains is to... There, it's ready. And so am I. It is time we went to go see my daughter. Sweet, finally. Alright, unfortunately though, as Alfino has mentioned, there is no aetherite by Vesper Bay, so we still need to travel. I'll pick up when we get there. Alright, let's turn in this quest. Antecedent, you have a guest. Lyman? Ascilia. I haven't seen her like this in years, Nia. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, and I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay away as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I could not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I am so proud of you, Ascilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Caliseta... Sure. Calicetti perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. I'm losing the female voice, I'm sorry. It was no trouble for me, darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Nia, however. I could not have made it without her. Thank you, Nia. Thank you both. There is something else. This is the cat eye I found. All those years you kept it. My father was a member of the Almegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamin who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. I am no stranger to the fact of your history, yet I fear I have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. This cat-eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So, I gave it to Lahamin as a gift. She said it was beautiful. But there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Ascilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have ever hoped for. You have succeeded where I have failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think that which you have yet to do, of what it may entail. Ascilia, daughter, you cannot stay here any more. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Lyman. You built it once, Ascilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vespa Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll, as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldesion. Preparations begin at once. And with that, the perfect time, all things in time, has come to a close. Now, here we get some materia for our crafting and disciples of the hands and land jobs. I won't be taking them, obviously, because that's not really what I want to be going after. I'll take them silver pieces, though. Alright, with the quest complete, we will pick up in the next episode with our other character, going back to the one that we've been playing for this LP that you've known for the last 58, 59 episodes, Nia Lilel. I am sorry that we had to go through this with a different character, but it's mostly a pain on me. I had to play through the game a whole third time just to get to this point. So I really do hope that you guys have been enjoying all the content that I've been bringing you and are looking forward to some more coming very soon. Tomorrow, in fact. That's when the next episode will come up, and I hope to see you there. Peace out, and much love to you.